Hello YouTube, Steve here, coming to you from San Bruno, California, our headquarters. Actually no, I'm coming to you from Sydney, Australia. As you can see behind me, this is the Sydney Harbour. Quite a beautiful place. And I'm in Sydney actually because YouTube is launching our Australian site. So very exciting today, launching the Australian version of YouTube. And of course, while I'm here in Sydney, I can't help but take a look at what's taking place with the federal elections here, where John Howard, the Prime Minister, is battling against Kevin Rudd, the Labour Party, in a very close and exciting race.
Right then, now, back in America, the election season's 24 bloody years long. But here in Australia, it's just 6 weeks of action-packed election fervor until we elect who will be our leader.
Okay, that's quite possibly the worst Australian accent of all time. But it is true that the election season here is short and fast and furious, and that candidates have been using YouTube as a place to go back and forth on the policies they're campaigning on.
He didn't even know what tax...
Another scare campaign from the Liberals on economic credibility.
And this from the government, who promised at the last election that rates wouldn't rise.
Another scare campaign from Mr. Howard, always claiming the sky's about to fall in.
Come on, Mr. Rudd, you can do better than that. It's not a scare campaign to point out the facts.
Now, the back and forth has gotten so intense here on YouTube that the challenger, Kevin Rudd, has even put forth to John Howard that they should have a YouTube debate, in which questions come from users right here on YouTube. But John Howard would have none of it. And because he's the Prime Minister here in Australia, he controls all the terms of the election. Not only does he determine when the election is called, but he also determines the rules of the debate. And so, Howard agreed to just one debate, 90 minutes long, a panel of journalists asking the questions, and a moderator. And most importantly, and here's where the drama really kicks in, he said, no worm. Now, wait, no worm. Well, the worm is a special tool very popular here in Australia, where a panel in the audience has this little clicker thingy. And it has like numbers 1 through 9 on it. And as they're watching the debate, they click a number to say what they think of what's being said on stage. And so something's good, you click a 9. Something's okay, you click a 6. Something's horrible, you click a 1. And all those numbers are composited, and as the debate's going on, you see this little worm going up and down, showing how much the audience likes what's being said on the stage. Howard didn't want it, Rudd did. In fact, Rudd said, "Why punish the worm? Everyone likes the worm. Let's be friends with the worm." Well, it turns out there was at least one friend of the worm, and it was a channel here in Australia called Channel 9. Now, against the Prime Minister's wishes, they featured the worm during the debate. 25 minutes in, their pool feed got cut by the National Press Club, and they had to quickly pull it from another station and then slap the worm back up there. So, if you went to Channel 9, you actually saw the worm, and if you saw it, you saw that Howard was getting killed by it. Essentially, every time Rudd even said, the worm went way to the top, and every time Howard went, the worm went down. So, it was not a good day for Prime Minister Howard, and in fact, most media reports said that Rudd won the debate, and right now, he's about 8 points up in the poll. However, it's John Howard who might have the last laugh thanks to YouTube. Someone has dug up an old clip of Kevin Rudd in Parliament in which he sticks his finger in his ear, scrapes around for a while, and then, you better believe it, he puts it up to his mouth and... Now that video has climbed from 5 to 50,000 views in the past day, and I'm sure it'll continue to rise. But with 4.5 weeks left in the election season, there will be a lot more action to keep track of here in Australia. So, congrats to Australia for the launch of their YouTube site. If their politicians' use of the medium is any indication, this will be one exciting place to be.